welcome. This is the Silent K, and today, hopefully, we'll be playing some MegaMek. Right now, we have done a little bit of reconnaissance on the ATV map. We have scattered out our industrial center and our artillery base that are on our side. So a quick recap. We had just landed on Scalaval, the planet of our next contract. We're working for the Free Rasselhog Republic against Clan Wolf. We've got 60% salvage, which is frankly amazing. Really looking forward to that. Mr. McGorilla, hey, hello, how are you? Glad you could make it. And I assume Varenk is in the chat as well. And a hearty welcome to you as well. We do have a couple of mechs that are going to be finishing up their refits here in the next couple of days. The Warhammer and the Stalker, hopefully. The other 6 mechs that are being refitted are all going to be more than 10 days, at least. So we are going to have some techs out of rotation for a little bit. None of our elites, fortunately. I don't think any of our veterans. It's all going to be regulars, and I think Ratnabala might be doing a refit. Let me double check. Or maybe we kept Ratnabala free for... yeah, we kept her free for mothballing and activating mechs and the like. So our turnaround time on this map is 3 days. Our turnaround time on this map is 1 day. So I was thinking, honestly, that I could probably explore this map while I'm waiting for those mechs to finish refitting, so that puts less of a load on our techs, because we're only seeing a battle every 3 days on average versus every other day or every day on the other map. But yeah, our 2 scouting lances are both out. I was debating where to explore next. I had figured if we were doing this base, we could probably scout this with a recon lance and then these 2 hexes with our defend lances. But again, I think I'd rather wait on that map until we've got more of our techs available. So yeah, in the meantime, I think we're not doing anything but passing time. We do have a couple of people who are almost ready to go up in levels. Loni Tanaka is 1 XP from being an elite mech tech, and our doctor is 2 XP away from becoming an elite doctor. If I can find them. Here we go. That's Elsa. We do have some administrators with some XP saved up, but we're all trying to get to 40 so that they can become elites. I did, scrolling down and down again, I did notice that Ruby has enough XP for a 3rd point of edge, so I'm thinking that sounds like an amazing idea, so we're going to give her a 3rd point of edge. And we're going to double check her edge triggers, head hits, KO checks, ammo, and mask. Works for me. Adon Gato is potentially 1 XP from being an elite tech, or an elite mech warrior. Although he may be instead trying to spend that on something else, perhaps more edge. Now that the clans are in play and their clan ERPPCs are going to be head capping people left and right, I think that edge is going to be a lot more important than it has been. Gauss rifles are also starting to be a thing. So I'm thinking that all the people we want to keep are going to have more than a couple points of edge. And that means that we're going to spend some XP on some edge. I think Tsubasa might like a 4th point. But I don't know if Earl needs a 5th point or if he's saving up for maybe a point of gunnery. We've got Yoshimasa, who actually should have a combat action award, which gives him a point of edge, and I think he's going to spend an XP on a 2nd point of edge. Natural aptitude gunnery is not something that comes along very often, and I would like to save it as much as possible. So even as a 4-5 pilot, I think I'm going to give him as much edge as possible. Improving the piloting for eliteness and stability rolls will be good. Would be good. Honestly, the difference between a 3 and a 4 is relatively minor. Excuse me 1 second. I've got a cat trying to get out of her room. And as usual, it's especially annoying because I just let her in there like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I was considering whether to give Adon Gato a point of piloting for the impact that it's going to have on the battle value of his mech, and for the benefit that we would be getting from a point of piloting. Considering he doesn't do a lot of melee attacks, he doesn't make a lot, I think, of piloting checks. Cats will definitely rule the galaxy one of these days, if not the mice. But yeah. The ancient Egyptians had it right. Cats are definitely our masters, not the other way around. Yarvik is not actually in a mech, which is kind of weird to me. I kind of, wait, yeah, we're on active. So yeah, I think that was about all the XP I had wanted to spend. Frederick French is saving up for, I want to say Sandblaster, or not Sandblast. Yeah, Sandblaster, which gives him, I think, a minus or +2 to his cluster rolls for the SRM4. Yeah, clan weapons do hit harder than Inner Sphere. They absolutely do, especially the PPCs. Clan ER PPCs, I feel like, are a little broken. It's 6 tons for a weapon that can head cap at 20 some odd hexes. And yeah, there's the 15 heat per shot, but if you build a mech that can handle 15 or 30 heat per shot, that's 1 or 2 potential head caps per turn that you're putting out with that mech. I've been looking into ways that I could improve Hoser's mech by incorporating clan ERPPCs, but even if we're able to save the tonnage, we don't have the crit spaces, I don't think, to increase the number of heat sinks substantially. Even if we drop some of the medium lasers, we'd have some leftover tonnage. We're still gonna run into the problem because, excuse me, because the lasers are in the legs, and the legs are not roomy enough for inner sphere double heat sinks. So if you look at this, we literally can only fit PPCs in the spaces where the PPCs are. Nowhere else has enough spots to put a double heat sink. Now, if we switch these out to clan ER PPCs, which only take 2 crit slots, we're only freeing up 1 slot in each of these locations. The only thing I can think of would be the left arm here, removing the hand actuator. We could get one more heatsink in, but I think the best thing to do might be to just salvage him a Masakari that has 4 clan ER PPCs and clan double heatsinks. Swapping medium lasers to clan ER medium lasers. Yeah, trust me, that's on my to-do list. Yeah, the more clan tech that we can incorporate into our mechs, the happier I will be. ER medium lasers, ER small lasers even, ER large lasers, ER PPCs, they're all really good weapons. Especially the clan ER large laser, which does just enough damage to headcap any mech in the game. We could put a 4th ER PPC in that mech. It wouldn't be that difficult, honestly. The only problem is you wouldn't have the heat sinks to fire them all consistently. And the large laser's in the center torso, which only has 2 slots. So, I mean, we could maybe put it in the other arm. We would have to reconfigure the mech to where it has fewer hand actuators. Or I should say no hand actuators. But I like the Hoser's Ride as it is now, until we can scrape together some clan ER PPCs. And then I'd like to drop some of these medium lasers and the large lasers for heat sinks, so that we can fire those clan ER PPCs every turn. Other than that, I don't have any notes. I think this is a well-tuned mech. It is on the cutting edge of development and performance. I don't think that there's really a whole lot we can do that would make this mech better until we start incorporating some clan tech, excuse me. And yeah, medium pulse lasers. Yeah, the clans get all the good toys. I cannot wait to start incorporating their technology into our mechs. So we've got Ruby, Tsubasa, and Yoshimasa have all gained edge. Clan ER PPC instead of a large laser in the center torso. Yeah, that could work. It would be 1 ton heavier, but it would occupy the same number of crit spaces. It would be generating 7 more heat than the large laser you've got in there now. But yeah, it would be doable. We'll see how things pan out. If we get really lucky, we might have more than 1 clan ER PPC that we can incorporate into your mech. But it really depends on the mechs that we go up against. We are facing Clan Wolf. So those of you who are more in tune with the MUL, whichever mechs Clan Wolf is using around this time period that have ER PPCs, we'll keep an eye out for them. But in the meantime, I think we're just gonna have to pass a couple of days until our mechs come back, unless we want to send out our defensive units, which, let's be honest, is not such a bad idea. We'll send Mariana Lance there, and I guess Tonga Lance here. And we've uncovered no enemies. Yeah, the scary part is that we have to face the Clan ER PPCs before we're able to salvage them. Mad Cat A. I'm guessing that has an ER PPC in each arm instead of the ER larges and medium pulses that it comes with in the prime configuration. I'm guessing that it probably also has some LRMs to back those up. So yeah, November 20th, moving on to November 21st. We've got the Thunderbolt and Stalker in progress. The Warhammer will be done tomorrow. The Stalker needs a 7, rolled a 2. Used Edge to reroll, getting a 4. The Stalker will be another 13,000 minutes. The Mackie is going to be another 20 some odd days. The Marauder is going to be 30 some odd days. Hoser's backup ride will be another 20 days or so. The Zeus, we're gonna see that never. Okay, so the Stalker was one that I was kind of counting on getting done this cycle. 12,000 minutes, that's almost a month of work. The Warhammer, I'm hoping the B will be able to handle that for us. She does have a point of edge available. I don't remember what the role was going to be on that mech, though. So we've still got 3 lances deployed, advancing 1 more day. They're all still deployed. We've got the Warhammer is complete. We can put that in mothballs now. We can have Radnabala. No, we can have Yasrudin do that. And moving on to the 23rd, all of our mechs have come home. We've got maintenance on the Wolverine. Overall quality remains A. We're seeing an improvement in the medium pulse laser. We're not seeing an improvement in the left leg or the center torso, or the head that we were hoping to see. The Thumper improves from B to A. The Chippewa remains A. Good deal. The Thunderbolt's gonna be 10, 11, 12, 13 days or thereabouts. The Stalker's gonna be like 10. 9 or 10. The other Stalker is gonna be 20 some odd days. Other than that, everything is going to be progressing as planned. We do have our mechs back, which means we can send them back out. How about we send Lucian Lance to here, clear out that backfield. We'll send Galatea Lance here. We still have not uncovered any enemies. We'll send Mariana Lance here. Where else can we start scouting with a defensive lance? I'm guessing maybe here. Okay, that way we can explore here with a recon lance, and that'll leave these couple of hexes free for our defensive lances. So we've got nothing going on for the next couple of days. Tranquil Starvey, I'm sorry, but no, you are... no. Let's see what we can do about that. I have totally forgotten how to use my chat commands. So yeah, if y'all just ignore that annoying thing. If you're not needing the Stalker, you can always cancel the upgrade for the time being. Oh, right, thank you. I appreciate that. Stalker 4P. We don't need a tech right now. Thank you. Again, thank you for that. We could cancel the upgrade for the time being, but Talika is not even doing maintenance, so that should only be 22, 23, 24 days. That's on the 4P. Wait, which one's the 4P? 4P is 75-ton stalker. So yeah, that is actually maybe kind of a lower priority. The only problem is they're both listed as ID -1, so I don't know which one to cancel. Because over here they're listed as 62 and 77, but over here they're listed as -1 on both of them. They're both the same model, being upgraded to the same model, and I don't know which is which. I mean, I would assume 77 is the one that Dulfikar is working on. Or no, Dulfikar is further ahead. So I would assume 62 is, but I don't want to take that chance. I think we're okay with just waiting. The Slayer, remain quality A. We've still got some D's in there. No improvement. The Leopard, this is... Oof. Medium laser goes down, large laser goes down, large laser goes up, medium laser goes up. So that evens out nicely. MekBake cubicle number 1 goes up. So overall, an improvement, barely. We're still seeing some D's, we're still seeing some E's, we're still seeing some F's. We're still waiting for that Aramod to go down so that we can start improving the quality of our Leopard. Golden Truck remains B, the Gun Dog remains B. The Gun Dog is improving steadily. I'm seeing more A's and B's than C's, it looks like. Thunderbolt's going to be 11 more days. Stalkers are both going to be a little while. The Mackey's going to be less than 20 days. Oh, what, 18 days or so? Advancing the day. All of our people have come home. Personnel market updated. Veteran mech warrior who comes with a wasp. Not interested in a wasp. We did, and this is surprising to me, we did finish our ship search successfully, so we were able to find a union. It's going to cost us about half of our money, but I'm thinking it is going to be absolutely worth it. The leopard shark obviously is a leopard, which is a small dropship. A union is going to be able to carry a whole lot more stuff. So yeah. Okay, now I just need to figure out how to purchase the ship that we have found. Definitely. Covered a bit of ground. I'm not sure what you're agreeing to. Go to the ship search? Yeah. Okay. So it does not... Oh, purchase. There we go. Union 2708 has been added to the unit roster. Okay. Now we just need enough people to maintain it. Vessel crew members, we've got a veteran. We're actually going to assign Chrissy Griffin. Okay, I guess we'll assign Chrissy Griffin to the Leopard. And we'll have Sharon Gerardin as the leader of the Union ship. That makes no sense to me. We're going to assign you to no unit. We're going to assign you to no unit. Oh my goodness, I'm playing whack-a-mole. I'm going to scroll down to our dropships, and we are going to assign person. We're going to unassign the crew of both of our dropships. Let's see, the Leopard. Leopard actually is probably in worse shape, so I would actually like to keep our elite crew member as the captain for that ship. And I would like to keep the crew as elite as possible. Not what I meant to do. So we will... vessel gunners, maybe. Okay, so the Leopard is fully gunned up. We just need maybe a pilot or two. Let's check out the hangar. We've got, let me go to status. Okay, so the Leopard needs one more crew member. And I assume that's a pilot. Okay, so now the Leopard is fully staffed at 8 of 8. The Union is now staffed at 2 of 11. That is now 6 of 11. Do we need any green guys? Any green gunners for this thing? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, and next is going to be pilots, and we're going to need 3 pilots. And that's all going to be regulars. Okay, so both the Union and the Leopard are fully crewed now. We've got the maintenance modifier of -1, so hopefully the Union will not decrease in quality, even though it has a lower quality staff. Ranabala will finish the Thunderbolt in 10 days. Dulfikar will finish the Stalker in 6. The other Stalker will be 20-something. The Mackie will be a couple of weeks. Marauder will be a few weeks. And yeah, the Union added to the unit roster. I kind of want to save it here just to commemorate the occasion. That said, all of our people did come home this cycle. So I'm thinking recon complete, recon incomplete. Maybe here. We'll send Galatea Lance. Oh, hostile force detected. We've got our first mission. Convoy attack. Attack an enemy supply convoy. +1 victory point if 1. Primary forces committed. That is on terrain Alcarasu. 35 by 35 board. And that will happen on the 27th, it says. This says it'll happen on the 28th. The briefing room says it will happen on the 28th. So I'm thinking it'll probably happen in 2 days. Yeah, I've never had that confluence of events occur before either. But apparently, yeah, if you start a ship search before you take a contract, you can continue that ship search until you make planetfall. That is, that's good to know. let me add unit, dropship, Union Richard Cola, huh? We will go to pilot, commander, and personnel, and I guess this petty officer is now going to be a captain of the Union. Which I guess we need to change this to dropship attachment. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and put the leopard in second, just because the Union is bigger, even though it's less elite. So yeah, it looks like we've got a couple of days to gear up for this convoy attack mission, which is going to be Galatea Lance, which is Scarponi, Limbrick, Rama, and Henshaw, with a 4-6 and a Griffin as our house officer, against, ooh boy, 4 Royal Demon tanks and 1 non-Royal Demon tank, and those have Gauss rifles. A Hoplite, a Lynx, a Crab 27, an Exterminator, and a Crusader 2R, which I believe is a Lost Tech Crusader, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, it has Artemis, so that is definitely standard rules, not basic. Lynx's Rock, you say. What have we got here? We've got jump jets, 2 in each leg. We've got 2 medium lasers in the left arm, an ERPPC in the right. That must be an inner sphere ERPPC because it takes 3 crit spaces. The double heat sinks also take 3 crits. More medium laser in the left torso, large laser in the right torso, medium laser in the center torso, along with a 5th jump jet. So it must be a 585. So it's a 585 with a PPC and how many medium lasers? 2, 3, an ERPPC, a large laser, and 3 medium lasers. That honestly sounds like my kind of mech. Underpowered compared to what you've customized, I guess, but I enjoy fielding them. Oh, the 2R is a great Crusader. Yeah, we're gonna have some pretty good salvage here. The Demon tanks, I believe, are also Inner Sphere tech, but, yeah, the Gauss rifles are gonna be scary. We've got 2 days to gear up for that. In the meantime, can we send Illusion Lance over here? Okay. Alright, 2 days before we see combat. Let's make the most of it, I guess. We've got maintenance on the Maxim, remains quality B. We've got the Stalker in a few days. We've got the Marauder in a while. We've got the Zeus friggin' never. ERPPC and left large laser are on flip arm. Okay. I will keep an eye out for that. Be aware the Lynx can flip its arms. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mechs being refitted still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. 1 more day. Convoy attack is today. Deploy a force from your TO and E. We already have. That's going to be Galatea Lance. Which... yeah, there's some trepidation there. 5 demons and 5 mechs against our 4+1. And they've got a 2-4 and a Crusader. 3-3 and an Exterminator. 3-5 and a Crab. A 3-5 and a Lynx. One of the Demon Royal tanks is a 3-6. And there's also the convoy, which is 4 units. And we've got 4 thumpers on our side, which may or may not be a help or a hindrance. Oh, the exterminator is 696 with 4 medium lasers. Yeah, let's see what we're up against here. Exterminator, 4 medium lasers, 2 in each arm, and a small laser in the head, an LRM-10, and an anti-missile system. Okay. The hoplite is another Gauss rifle. So we're dealing with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 Gauss rifles this battle. I'm glad that we brought all the edge in the world. The streak SRM2s are all stabilized. 2 mediums, 2 machine guns, 2 LRM-15s, so that's going to be more of a missile boat. Exterminator is going to be trying to get all up in my business. The crab, likewise, is probably going to be trying to get within 5 hexes, maybe 3. The lynx is going to be trying to get within 6 and 5 hexes, it looks like. We've got 10,000 points to their 15,000. That hardly seems fair. Those demons are going to be a real problem. Maybe... Can we maybe bring in some reinforcements? I'd like to bring in perhaps Tonga Lance so that we can get some PPCs on the field. On the bright side, the mech piloting is on the low side. You might be able to knock them over. I had noticed that. But their gunnery, honestly, is kind of... Okay, we cannot reinforce because I guess we're in the defend position. So that is the way it's gonna be. Galateo Lance, headed up by Tentacle Shogun, has 1 strategy, 1 leadership, and 1 tactics. So we do have a reroll if we want it. We could make it Dawn Dusk, which would decrease the maximum range of those Gauss rifles. But it would really only shut out their long range, which is not where they're most dangerous. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything we really need to re-roll for this one. Let's just go ahead. We don't have reinforcements. It's just gonna be the 4 or 5 of us against the 10 or 12 of them. Outnumbered, outgunned. We do have artillery support, which isn't terrible. Initiative, we've 1 initiative for deployment. That said, we are going first within our team, which maybe even, which could be more of an issue. Okay, let's get you out of the way. Let's get you up in here out of the way. And this is a pretty heavily forested map with a fair amount of water and a fair amount of elevation. Immobilize the demons and the artillery should be able to finish them off. Yeah, that's a good point. I will try to do that. That said, that is going to mean finding them. They're deploying in the north, trying to get to the south. So I think I'd like to deploy over here as much as possible. Have the Warhammer deploy here, that way he can get into these woods as quickly as possible. And try to cover this area. The Marauder probably would like to start here and try to move up into this area in case they're stupid enough to deploy on the right side of the map. The Grasshopper, which is a 584 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a 584. I think I want to have the Grasshopper deploy over here so that we can make our way to these woods as fast as possible and try to cover the left side of the map. Meeting time. Alright, well, we will see you when you get back. Hopefully you don't miss too much. The wheeled vehicles are entirely cut off from 75% of the left side of the map. I don't know if they really are, because they could start in this corner and make their way south. Yeah, the wheeled vehicles might be having more trouble than everyone else. Even if they start on the right side of the map, they're gonna have a heck of a time getting all the way to the south end. Oh, we've got a crab over here. He deployed on the other side of some water. Let's see, the Orion, I think, can deploy here and work his way northward to try to take him out. Alright, we've lost initiative, and we are going second within our team. We've got Thumpers inbound. Let's start with the Grasshopper, who will be making his way this way. Let me scoot this just to right there. There's one choke point that can't pass the water. I mean, they can go around this water on either side. But once they get in here, they are pretty well trapped. So they're going to be coming down the right side. Right where the concentration of my mechs are. Okay, so that might actually work out very much in our favor. They do have a mech up there, the Hoplite, which I would like to try to neutralize. Scarponi will move there. And the Orion will move there, I suppose. I don't think anyone is in range, but let me double check. Nope, no one's in range of you. We've got eyes on... Ooh, we actually have eyes on the Crusader, and we can actually hit him on 10s. Let me shrink this guy a little bit. Yeah, if we can hit the Crusader on 10s, we might be able to touch off his ammo if we get really lucky. Let's see, the Orion taking fire from the Crab. He needs a pair of 10s. We need, oh, a 13. We need 13. We need an 11 with the LRM. We might as well take that shot since we've got 2 tons of ammo for that. And the grasshopper is not going to have anyone in range, not for a little bit. The crab missing on 10s, the warhammer missing on 10s, the Orion missing on an 11, the crusader missing on 8s. Oof. That crusader had Scarponi on 8s. That's worth paying attention to. Everyone is at 0 heat still. We've won initiative, and we are going first within our team, which I guess is fine. Thumpers will be landing next turn. Also, we've got Thumpers landing this turn. I think I wanted Tentacle Shogun to jump over these swamps. I wanted Scarponi to run through those woods. The Orion, I think, can go this way. Artemis does not affect the 2-hit roll. It only affects the cluster roll, is the way I understand it. Oh, he's a gunnery 2 for one thing. 2, and he did not move. Medium or long range is +4. We were slightly evasive and we ended in some woods, so yeah, that's about an 8. We've got eyes on nobody from here except maybe some of these demons. We might as well take those shots. The grasshopper. I may have misplaced the grasshopper. I may need him to go this way. Or more like this way. If he doesn't get stuck, which he needs a 4. He made it. Okay, good deal. Harvester Ant needs a 4, gets a 6. Grasshopper needs a 4, gets a 6. Our goal is to stop the convoy, though, right? Our goal is to capture the convoy if we can. We can get support points for every convoy unit that we capture. And capturing is defined as anything that's still alive when we delete 50% of the op4. If we can stop stopping the convoy is one of our objectives, but if we can delete 50% of the op4, then we get what's left of the convoy as salvage, basically. Speaking of which, our thumpers land on the demon, number 72, and immobilize it. Number 75 is immobile. So artillery is doing some good work. More artillery hits the hoplite for 15, hits the flatbed truck for 5, destroys the flatbed with a fuel tank explosion, among other things. The harvester ant also takes 5 to the right torso. So that is 1 convoy unit down, and 1 crippled. We've got the Lynx. We've got him on 13s. We've got him on 13s. Okay, so Scarponi does not have. Tentacle Shogun does not have anyone in firing solution. Scarponi has the hoplite on 9s, has the demon on 6s, has the other demon on 3s. The other demon is immobile. If we can immobilize both of them, that would be ideal. We've got him on 6s. Yeah, if we can immobilize him, Tentacle Shogun is taking fire from a demon and a hoplite, so that's gonna be 2 Gauss rifles incoming. We've got the Orion, has the Crusader on 10s, has the other demon on 9s. We're gonna go for the Crusader, I think. Since it is fresh on armor, we're going to do the slug ammo and some LRMs on 10s. Grasshopper is not going to be effective this turn. Alright, the Lynx missing on a 10 and a 12. The Hoplite missing on a 10. Scarponi hits the demon in the front with a PPC down to 40 armor. The demon missing Tentacle Shogun on a 12. Demon missing the Orion on an 11. The Orion missing the Crusader on 10s. The demon missing the Orion on an 8. How did he need an 8? 4. 1 for walking. 1 for evasion. 2 for medium range. Okay, so Demon Tank 71 is a threat to the Orion, especially if we can keep advancing. The Exterminator missing on an 11. The Crusader landing a medium laser on the Orion's right arm for 4 points. And landing 2 SRMs to the right and left arm. And 12 LRMs to the CT, left torso, and right torso. Ouch. The Orion took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets a 7. Our team has 1 initiative, but we are going first within our team. Thumpers will all be landing in 1 round. I think we can assume that the Thumpers are going to take out the demons. That's what it's starting to look like. So I think the Lynx and the Exterminator and the Crusader are our big bads. And the Hoplite. Let's see, the Orion can take partial cover and stand in these woods. But he doesn't have eyes on much of anything from there. Distance is 10, which is medium range for pretty much everything. Line of sight is blocked by terrain. What? How? We're gonna move there anyway. I don't believe that. Tentacle Shogun is going to advance on the Lynx and the Hoplite, I guess. Scarponi will advance into these heavy woods where he will probably stay perched. And the Grasshopper, who I probably should have moved earlier, is just going to advance straight to the north. The Exterminator jumps into a swamp and gets stuck, as he should have known he was going to do. The Thumper lands on some terrain. White woods converted to rough. Let's see if we can... Oh, that must have been here. Alright, Tentacle Shogun has the Hoplite on 5s with the SRMs. Has the Lynx on 4 with the MPLs. The Lynx is the one with the ERPPC. The Hoplite is the one with the Gauss rifle. The Hoplite has a fair amount of armor. The Lynx also has a fair amount of armor. We've also got the Harvester Ant on 5s with the pulse lasers. Let me start with the PPCs. We'll do the Hoplite on 5s. And we'll throw in a 7 just to build up a little bit of heat. Let's see, the Orion is not shooting at the Hoplite, I don't think. We got the Crusader on 8s. The Grasshopper has the Hoplite on 11s. Sure, we'll take some shots at that. We'll follow that up with some SRMs on 5s. We'll go 2 heat over for some 5s. And last but not least, the Orion at the Crusader on an 8. We'll do the slug ammunition. We'll do some 12s. We'll do another 8. And we'll do another 12. Sure, why not? We'll build up a couple points of heat this turn. The Crab missing on 9s. The Lynx hits the Marauder in the right torso with a PPC. Hits him in the right arm with a medium laser. Down to 15 on the torso, 18 on the arm. The Hoplite glancing a blow off Tentacle Shogun's right arm. Right leg. Costing us a point of edge. Dueling 7 to the right leg, down to 23 armor. Scarponi at the Hoplite hits him in the right torso, hits him in the center torso, down to 8 and down to 16. Medium laser to the right torso, down to 3. Demon Tank number 74 hits Tentacle Shogun in the left arm with a glancing blow from a Gauss rifle, down to 16 armor there. Grasshopper missing on 11s, the Demon missing on 10s and 12s, the Marauder at the Hoplite on 5s hits him all over. We've gone internal on the right torso, critting on a double heat sink. But other than that, nothing major. Another Demon Tank shooting at the Marauder hits him in the left torso for 7, down to 18. Man, we are getting lucky with those glancing blows. The Exterminator at Tentacle Shogun hits him in the CT with a medium laser solid shot, down to 29, and a medium laser to the right arm glancing blow, down to 16. The Orion at the Crusader hits him in the right arm with the LB-10X, hits him in the left torso with a medium laser on 12s, and hits him in the left arm with a medium laser on 12s. Wow, got lucky there. The Crusader at the Marauder hits him in the left arm and left leg with 9 LRMs. Left arm is down to 11 armor. The Griffin missing the Exterminator on 11s. Tentacle Shogun needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 10. The Hoplite needs an 8, gets a 10. Would have been nice to knock down the Hoplite, but I'm not actually disappointed. Our Griffin is up to 7 heat. Our Warhammer is up to 3. Everyone else is up to 2 or less. We've won initiative, but we are going first within our team. We're at 97%. Team 2 is at 88.2%. Hopefully we've got artillery incoming where all the tanks are. We've got thumpers landing in 1 turn. We'll start with the Grasshopper since we know he needs to be going this way. The Orion wants to get eyes on the Crusader, and we can do that by advancing to here. It gives us 1 point of evasion and no terrain to help. We'll do that. It's still medium range from the Crab. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that is LRM range from the Crusader. It might not have been my best. Scarponi. And Tentacle Shogun. Tentacle Shogun, I think, will jump 3 hexes into these woods. And Scarponi might just move 7 hexes and get into small laser range of this demon. I'm hoping that artillery is gonna miss. Exterminator tries to break free of the terrain, fails. Exterminator jumps into bogged down terrain and gets stuck. Okay, well, that was dumb of him. Thumper lands on the demon, hits him in the right side for 5, and hits the other demon in the rear for 5, down to 10. Did not hit Scarponi. Good deal. Tentacle Shogun has the Exterminator on 9s with the SRMs. Or 9s with the pulse lasers. We might as well throw in 1 point of heat for the pulse lasers on the Exterminator. Scarponi at the demons, we've got 4s and 5s. We'll take the 4s. We'll do 1 PPC and 5 mediums. Yeah, I think that's the best use of our heat sinks. The Orion at the Crusader, got him on 7s and 9s and a 5. We'll throw in a 9 on the SRMs. We'll keep one of the mediums silent next turn. We'll cool down. We'll be fine. And the Grasshopper, last but not least, has eyes on the Harvester Ant on 6s, but I don't know if I want to do that. Harvester Ant has basically no armor. It's already being... No, the Griffin is being targeted. TMM of +1, 4-5 pilot, 25 tons. We'll see if we can leg him with a large laser hit or something like that. And we'll throw in a couple of mediums just to be heat neutral. Oh, I saw prone. That's a good sign. So the Crab hits the Orion and the CT with a large laser down to 23 armor. The Lynx missing on 11s and 10s. Excuse me. The Hoplite missing on 9s and 8s. Tentacle Shogun landing a medium pulse laser on the Exterminator's CT down to 15 armor. The Warhammer, that's Scarponi, hits the demon in the right side, immobilizing it with a PPC fire. Medium lasers following that up to the right side and the front, costing it more motive system damage, destroying the stabilizer on the right side. Demon number 73, missing Scarponi on 8s. The Orion missing on 7s and 9s, except for 2 medium lasers to the right torso and left arm, and 12 LRMs to the right torso, left arm, and CT. Also, 3 SRMs to the left leg and torso and right arm. Demon number 71 missing on 10s and 9s. The Exterminator hitting the Orion in the right arm with 2 medium lasers, down to 8 armor there. Grasshopper at the Harvester Ant hits him in the rear left leg, critting and blowing off the rear left leg. Medium laser to the front left leg, blows that off. Front right leg, critting on the upper leg and the foot. So the Harvester Ant is going down. The Crusader at the Orion hits him in the right torso and the center torso, or right arm and center torso, excuse me, with medium lasers. Right arm is down to 3 armor. And 15 missiles, costing us a point of edge, hitting us in both legs and the right torso, down to 15. The Orion took 40 plus, needs a 5, gets a 7. The Crusader took 20 plus, needs a 5, gets a 9. Harvester Ant goes down, needs a 20 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets an 8. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 4. Needs a 5 to keep the engine running, gets a 7. The Griffin punches the Harvester Ant in the front left leg, which transfers to the left torso, leaving it with 4 structure, and punches it in the right rear leg, critting on his foot and hip and leaving it with 3 structure. So that Harvester Ant is probably not getting up. He's got 2 legs left and they're both crippled. We've got the Orion at 5 heat. We've got the Lynx at 4 heat. We've got the Crab and the Exterminator both at 3. We've got Scarponi at 3. Everyone else is at 2 or less. The MegaMek, the Harvester Ant, takes another crit to the lower leg and the hip from falling. Our team has 1 initiative, and in fact we are going last. We're at 96%, they're at 81.8%. The convoy is at 62% with 1 crippled and 1 destroyed. The primary up 4 is at 82% with 1 heavy damage, 3 crippled out of 10. Thumpers will all be landing next turn. Grasshopper will be advancing in this direction at a jump. And I'm about to have to ask you guys to excuse me. Oh, dang. I did not mean to kick the table. Give me just 1 minute. Call of Nature is quite urgent. I'll be back in 1 moment. Okay, I appreciate you guys' patience. Looks like we've got an ejected pilot here from the harvester ant. So that's 1 mech that won't be making it across. Tentacle Shogun can jump into these woods. Maybe we'll let the hoplite go first. We'll see what he does. The Orion is starting to look a little worse for wear. We'll get him into range of the Crusader and hopefully beat the devil out of him. Tentacle Shogun can now flank the hoplite. And Scarponi can get into kicking distance of the Lynx's head, which works for me. Yusuf Olu ejects from the harvester ant, destroyed by ejection. Exterminator breaks free from the terrain, so that's all well and good. Thumper hits the demon in the rear, the right side, and the right side, destroying it. That was number 73. Number 75 takes 5 damage to the left side, 72 takes 5 to the front, 71 takes 5 to the rear. 72 takes another 5 to the front, and 75 takes another 5 to the right side. Both of them are immobile. This actually, those demon tanks ended up being less scary than I had thought, now that we've got some artillery working their way, working towards taking them out. So we've got the hoplite on 5s. We're hitting him in the... We're hitting him in the left side. The left side is his strong side. His right torso is open. Gauss rifle is on the right arm. I wish I was on his other side, But if we can hit him with enough SRMs and medium laser fire, we might be able to do something about that. We'll throw in... Oh, not what I meant to do. I meant to be hitting skip. We'll throw in... Yeah, I'm glad you could make it back. You didn't miss too much. We're kind of out of position, but not too badly. And right now we're about to punish them for being out of position as well. We're going to throw in 4 SRMs at that guy. Scarponi, I guess we'll shoot at the Lynx on 6s and 8s. And then we'll try to kick the Lynx. Hopefully we don't end up falling down this shooting phase. The Orion at the Crusader, that's going to be on a 7 with pretty much everything. Except the LRMs. We do have an Exterminator in our back. That could be a problem. We also have a Crab on our right flank. Grasshopper at the Lynx as well on 11s. Sure, why not? Crab missing on 6s and 8s. That's surprising. The Lynx missing on 7s, hitting us, hitting Scarponi in the left leg with a medium laser. And the right arm for 5 down to 17, costing us an edge. We're down to 2. The Griffin missing on 9s. The Hoplite at Tentacle Shogun hits him with 5 SRMs. Mostly entirely down the left side. 3 to the left arm, 1 to the left leg, 1 to the left torso. Left arm is down to 5. The Marauder at the Hoplite hits him in the left torso with a medium pulse laser, and then SRMs splashing all over. I'm seeing CT down to 6. Left leg down to 5. Took a head hit. Took another head hit, forcing his second consciousness check, which he gets a 4 on and blacks out. Hoplite is out of the action. Left torso is down to 0 armor, right torso is internal. Demon Tank number 74 at Scarponi on 9s and 11s, missing with everything. Scarponi at Demon Tank number 74 hits it in the right side twice for no effect. Time for a head cap? Well, we can hope. Medium laser to the right side down to 10 armor. The Demon Tank at the Marauder hits him in the right arm with a glancing blow down to 9. Man, that glancing blow is really saving us from these Gauss rifles. Let's see. That's who's that in the Orion? Naren Limbrick in the Orion at the Crusader, missing on a 7 with the big gun. Hits him in the left torso with a medium laser. Hits him in the left arm with a medium laser. That's about it. The Exterminator at the back of the Orion hits him in the left leg for 5, hits him in the right torso rear for 5, hits him in the right torso rear for another 5. Would have been the head, but it cost us our next to last point of edge. Small laser to the left arm and an AMS to the left leg. The Crusader at the Marauder on 11s and 10s, missing with everything. LRMs to the right arm and CTR, down to 4 armor on that right arm. Grasshopper missing on 11s. Tentacle Shogun needs a 4 to stay standing, gets a 7. The Orion needs a 4, gets a 9. The Hoplite automatically falls on account of the pilot being unconscious, takes 5 to the CT, critting on the gyro and the engine, and 1 to the right leg. And the pilot Eugene, being unconscious, automatically fails his seatbelt check, so he is now going to need a 7 to wake up. So yeah, we might be about to head cap the Hoplite. We're going to kick him first on a -2. And we're going to try to kick the Lynx on a 6, using the punch table. We'll be trying to kick the Crusader as well on a 5. Oh, I saw prone. That's not good. The Exterminator hits the Orion in the right leg for 13, down to 14. Tentacle Shogun hits the Hoplite in the left arm, down to 7 structure. Scarponi hits the Lynx in the right arm with 14 down to 4. The Crusader kicks the Orion in the right leg for 13 down to 1. The Orion misses the Crusader on a 5, gets a 2. The Orion takes his first opportunity to fall down, taking 8 damage to the left arm and center torso. Needs a 4 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 3. Again, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 5. The Lynx needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 12. Okay, so Nairn Limbrick in the Orion needs some backup. Our Griffin is up to 9 heat. Crab is up to 6. The Lynx is up to 5. Everyone else is at 3 or less. And we have 1 initiative. We're going before the artillery, but that doesn't matter. We're at 93.25%. They're at 75.57%. The convoy is down to 51.6%, including 2 destroyed, 1 ejected, 1 trapped. Okay, yeah, so. Thumpers will all be landing next turn and this turn. Tentacle Shogun. I don't want you backing up Nairn. How far can we get over here? That far? That works for me. Grasshopper will also be moving at full speed up to here. I think that was 6 hexes, which is only a +2 modifier. Let's see. Scarponi could get into kicking distance of the Lynx, which is also right where the demons are all getting bombarded by artillery fire, so maybe I'll hold off on that. Yeah, we will run. We need a 3 to get up, and we're going to go toe-to-toe with a Crusader. Scarponi. Maybe take on this demon, I'm thinking. I don't want to be right where the artillery is landing, but honestly, that whole area is dangerous. The Griffin breaks free from the swamp, needs a 7, gets a 12. The Orion needs a 3 to get up, gets a 5. Artillery hits terrain for no damage, or no significant damage. Tentacle Shogun is going to be taking on the Exterminator on 7s. Hopefully we can knock him down, if nothing else. We'll go 3 heat over to fire 30 SRMs at him. Scarponi at the Demon on a 4. And a bunch more 4s. And a bunch more 4s. We'll go... Oof. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're gonna skip the PPC. We're just gonna fire all the lasers. That'll give us a turn to cool down. Yeah, we'll be at -2 heat for the turn, which is fine. And last but not least, Nairn Limbrick and the Orion on 6s at the Crusader with the autocannon, with the medium lasers, not with the LRMs, and with the SRMs. Grasshopper has the other demon on 7s, or has the immobile demon on 3s, and we want to hit him. Oh no, we want to hit him in the rear. That was the non-royal. Oh, we can't necessarily hit him in the rear. If we can hit him in the rear twice, that would be a kill. Maybe we'll get really super duper lucky. We'll throw in 3 mediums just in case, because we've got the heat sinks for it. The Crab missing the Orion on 8s, the Lynx missing on 8s as well, landing 1 medium laser to the Warhammer's center torso, down to 23 armor there. The Griffin hits the hoplite in the left torso rear with 6 LRMs. Woohoo. Marauder at the Exterminator hits him in the right torso, left leg critical, right leg, left leg. Missed with the last 3 SRMs. Only hit him with 8 out of 30 SRMs. That's a little disappointing. The Demon hits our Griffin in the right leg, down to 3 armor there, and streak SRMs to the center torso and head, forcing her first consciousness check. Scarponi of the Demon hits it in the front, immobilizing it, hits it in the front some more, the left side, the front some more, front, the front. Front is down to 21 armor, left side is down to 19 armor. The Demon hits Scarponi in the left leg with the Gauss rifle, down to 10 armor there. Nairn Limbrick in the Orion hits the Crusader in the center torso with the LB-10X and a medium laser, down to 16 armor. Medium lasers to the right torso, critting on his SRM-2 ammo and exploding the Crusader. So that is a significant kill for us. The Exterminator hitting the Orion in the right torso with 2 medium lasers. Right leg with a small laser, critting on the hip, and an AMS to the left torso. Crusader hitting the Marauder in the right leg with a medium laser, glancing blow for 2 damage, and 2 SRMs to the left arm and left leg. Left arm is down to 3. Right torso takes another SRM-2 down to 11, and the LRMs to the left arm down to 10 structure. Oh, the Crusader has case. Critical hit on Streak SRM-2 ammo, explodes for 188 damage, causes the pilot 2 points of damage. He needs a 5 to stay conscious, blows off his right arm, but yeah, he is still active. His left arm just got blown off as well, though, so he has his SRMs left. Huh. Okay, so we've got an armless Crusader on the field, and I appreciate you pointing that out. I did not realize he had case. Grasshopper hits the Demon in the front, costing out a movement point. Oh, he's got no ammo? Oh yeah, because we blew up his SRM ammo. We've immobilized Demon Tank number 71. We hit him in the right side. Critical in the right side, down to 7 armor. Scarponi needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 9. Nairn needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 5. And the Crusader needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 7. So nobody goes down just yet. We will be kicking this demon, this immobile demon, on a 0. And the Exterminator kicked our Orion in the right leg for 13, down to 1 structure. The Griffin kicks the hoplite in the left arm, which transfers into the left torso rear, critting on a double heatsink. And Scarponi kicks the Demon in the front, down to 7 armor there. The Orion needs a 5 to stay standing, gets an 11. Okay, so the Orion is looking in really rough shape. Pilot of the hoplite needs a 7 to wake up, gets a 3. The Lynx is at 5 heat, everyone else is at 3 or less. We've lost initiative and we are going first. We're at 88.25%. Team 2 is at 59%. The convoy is at 51.6%. If we can destroy one more convoy vehicle, we'll have achieved our primary objective and we can call it a match. But we wouldn't get any support points for it. Alright, let's close in on this exterminator. The Crusader is leaving the Orion alone. That is good news. The Grasshopper. The Grasshopper can move to there. That gives him 1 evasion, plus he's in the woods. Scarponi. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Scarponi that moves next. We'll move him here. Needs a 5 to avoid bogging down. The Orion is gonna get the flank on the Exterminator. Needs a 5 to avoid falling down because of a busted hip. We made it. Alright. Warhammer needs a 5, gets a 5. Orion needs a 5, gets a 7. So we barely escaped getting bogged down. Thumper hits a bunch of damage to the terrain, converting a hex to rough. Tentacle Shogun, no. Yeah, let's go for the front. We'll try to finish this guy off. We'll do 2 larges and 5 mediums. Let's see, the Warhammer has the demon tank. 71, I guess. No, wait. What are you looking like? 71 is weak on the right side. Okay, that works for me. $71, and we're going for the right side. That's going to be a PPC, and that's going to be several medium lasers, enough to be heat neutral. Let's see, Tentacle Shogun. No, let's start with the Orion. The Orion at the Exterminator on 6s, and this is probably going to be his last turn of shooting, since he is about to lose his leg. Oh, didn't need to shoot the LRMs. We'll go heat neutral. Tentacle Shogun, we'll follow that up with some SRMs. We'll go 2 heat over on some SRMs. The Exterminator stayed standing, looked like. The Grasshopper at the Demon hits him in the right side, destroying it by damage. The Demon, also immobile. The Crab hits the Orion in the left arm, down to 9 armor. The Lynx at the Grasshopper missing on 8s. The Warhammer at the Demon hits him in the right side, destroying him. The Orion at the Exterminator hits him in the right leg with the autocannon. Center torso with the medium laser. Left arm with the medium laser. 2 SRMs, left torso and right torso. Right torso's down to 14. Tentacle Shogun at the Exterminator hits him with 5, 9, 12, 16 SRMs. Very nice. I'm seeing center torso down to 4 armor, left torso down to 8. Not bad. Our friendly Griffin hits the Exterminator in the center torso with a PPC down to 15 structure. The Exterminator at the Orion hits him in the right torso, the left torso, and the left arm twice. Oh, I thought it was another medium laser. I thought I'd gone internal, but no, we've got 1 armor left. The Orion needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 7. The Exterminator needs a 6, gets a 7. And the Exterminator kicks us. The Exterminator kicks the Marauder in the left arm, destroying it and transferring into the left torso. Down to 13 armor. Needs a 3 to stay standing, gets a 7. How does the Exterminator in a position to kick our Marauder in the arm? I'm not sure. But our Griffin is up to 9 heat. The Crab is up to 4. The Grasshopper is up to 4. Everyone else is at 2 or less. Team 2 is at 52%. Team 1 is at 85.4%. Primary Out 4 is at 52%. The Convoy is at 51.6%. Artillery has declared their attacks. That'll be landing next turn. Oh, Tentacle Shogun. I did not realize was down a level. But yeah, Tentacle Shogun. Now, missing a left arm. Missing 2 SRM6s and 2 medium pulse lasers, which is kind of a bummer. Those pulse lasers are hard to replace. The Orion can maybe start taking on the Crab at a certain point. Tentacle Shogun and the Griffin can take on the Exterminator. Scarponi can move into these woods and maybe take on these demons without exposing himself to the Lynx too badly. Let's see, the Grasshopper can get back shots on the Lynx, looks like. Or at least left side shots on the Lynx, who is still relatively fresh. Let's see, the Exterminator is going after the Orion, going for his right side. Tentacle Shogun can actually stand still, not build up any heat, and just unload pulse lasers and SRMs into the Exterminator. Hoplite ejects, no surprise there. Artillery landing on terrain, dealing a significant amount of damage, but to no real effect. Starting with Scarponi, we've got Lynx on 5s. We'll throw a couple PPCs that way, and then we'll throw a PPC or a medium laser at the demon. Is the demon weak on the right side? Demon is weak on the rear. And it's going to take 3 medium lasers and change to get him. No, we're going to do... We'll do 2 PPCs. No, we'll do 1 PPC on a 7, on a 5, and a bunch of medium lasers on 7s. We'll go all 6 medium lasers. The Grasshopper has the Lynx on 3s, so we'll do 2 larges and 5 mediums. That puts us 4 heat over. Let's see, the Orion is going for the Crab on 6s and 8s. And Tentacle Shogun at the Exterminator on 3s. We'll do... We'll do 1, 2... 2 medium pulses and 4 SRMs. Oh, I saw prone, so that's a good sign. The Crab hits the Orion in the right arm down to 7 structure. The Lynx hits the Grasshopper on the right leg for the PPC down to 20 armor. Medium lasers to the CT, and right torso down to 20 and 15. Scarponi at the links hits him in the left torso with the PPC, hits him in the left leg with a couple of medium lasers down to 16, the right torso down to 15, the left arm down to 13, the head down to 4, forcing his first consciousness check, and a medium laser to the left leg down to 11. Grasshopper at the links hits him in the left arm for 8, left leg for 8, down to 5 and 3. Medium lasers to the right torso, center torso, 2 to the left arm, going internal, critting on his shoulder, and 1 to the left torso, down to 5 there. The Orion at the crab hits him in the right arm with the LB-10X, down to 6 armor. Hits him in the left leg with a medium laser. Hits him with 5 SRMs to the left torso, right arm, center torso, and the legs. That's going to force a piloting check. The Exterminator at the Orion hits him in the center torso with a medium laser, the right leg destroyed and transferring into the right torso, critting on his LB-10X. Medium lasers to the left leg and right torso again, small laser to the left arm, critting on our laser, and an AMS to the right leg transferring into the right torso, leaving us with 5 structure. Marauder at the Exterminator hits him in the CT with a medium pulse laser, hits him in the left torso with a medium pulse laser. That is critting on his engine and gyro twice. And then SRMs to the right side, left torso down to 0, left torso down to 13 structure, CT down to 7 structure, CT down to 5 structure, and a crit on the engine. Left leg critical, blows off the left leg. LT goes internal, RT down to 8, CT down to 3, critting on his gyro 2 more times. So the Orion goes down, takes 5 to the right torso, which is destroyed, and blows off his right arm, critting on his LB-10X 2 more times, and takes 3 to the left leg. Yeah, we killed the heck out of his gyro. I think that was 4 gyro crits and an engine. Yeah, 1 engine, 2 gyro, plus 2 gyro. You know, he's got nothing left. Nairn, after critting on the LB-10X 2 more times, needs a 12 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 6, needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 7. The Lynx took 80 plus damage, needs a 9, gets a 12. The Crab needs a 6, gets a 5. Falls on his head, down to 4 armor, forcing his first consciousness check, which he barely succeeds at. Needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot in the fall, gets a 7. The Exterminator needs to make 4 piloting skill checks and fails all of them because he's got no gyro. Takes 7 damage to the right and left arm. Hurts the pilot but does not go unconscious. And the Grasshopper needs a 4 to stay standing, gets a 5. Scarponi will kick the demon on the right side for -1. Grasshopper will kick the Lynx on the left side with a 2 for 14, knocking him prone. Warhammer hits the demon in the right side for 14, down to 11. The Grasshopper kicks the Lynx in the left leg, critting on his foot and lower leg. Needs a trio of 7s to stay standing. Gets an 8, an 8, and a 6. Takes 6 damage to the right torso and the head, forcing his second consciousness check, which he does succeed. And he also makes his piloting skill check to avoid hurting the pilot. Okay, so the Crab is at 7 heat, the Exterminator is at 5, the Lynx and our Grasshopper are both at 4, everyone else is at 2 or less. We've won initiative, and we are, in fact, going last. We're at 80.12%. Team 2 is at 37%. Primary Op 4 is at 36.5%. That is enough to call a victory, and they've got 2 units remaining in the convoy. So we will go ahead and we will call it here. Convoy admits defeat, primary Op 4 admits defeat, okay. Artillery misses and scatters, does damage to the terrain, no big deal. Everyone's at 0 heat. You've got the links almost legged too. See the links. Let me see the links. Yeah, I've got him down to 2 structure on that left leg. Unfortunately, that's not enough to keep him from escaping. His lower leg and his foot are critted, but he is still a 3, should be a 355 movement profile, which is enough to get away. So we can't claim the links, unfortunately. I'm gonna say yes, we controlled the battlefield because that'll simplify things. The Orion was crippled, losing its right torso and going internal on both arms. Missing the LB-10X, which is a dang shame. The Marauder took moderate damage, including losing its left arm, including 2 medium pulse lasers and 2 SRM-6s, which is also kind of a shame. Nairn Limbrick did take 2 hits. Let's see, 60%. We could take some demon tanks. We could take the Exterminator. Yeah, the Exterminator with its leg blown off. Do we really want that though? It's an inner sphere mech. There's not a lot left of it. We'll save that for later. I do want the Gauss rifles out of those demons though. The Hoplite. Hoplite also has a Gauss rifle. Wait, did he escape? Or, no, he ejected. Yeah, we'll take the Hoplite as well, because that only brings us up to 38%. Did we capture anyone? We captured one of the crew members of the demon tank. We captured another demon tank crew member, and that is it. The flatbed truck was not destroyed. The harvester ant goes to... Dang, I don't remember who killed the harvester ant. The exterminator... I feel like I should be able to assign a kill for the exterminator and the harvester ant, but honestly, I don't remember who got those kills. Maybe when I'm watching this week's footage next week, I will make notes, but in the meantime, I'm just going to leave those as none. So that is 1 kill for Victor Rama and the Grasshopper, and 1 kill for Marco Scarponi and the Warhammer. We did capture the J-27 and the, I guess, coolant truck. Must have been the only other ones. We did prevent everyone from reaching the south edge. Oh, it was the Marauder that got the gyro on the exterminator. Okay. Appreciate you pointing that out. And then I guess the harvester ant might have been the grasshopper. We'll leave that as none. I'll check the footage if I remember to. Forced withdrawal of 50% or more, done and done. Preserved the Griffin, we did that. Preserved 50% of our forces, we did that. We can call that a solid victory with a little bit of salvage. And that is going to be some repairs that we're going to have to deal with in the next couple of days. The hoplite, we were going to take that one apart. The demon tanks, we were going to take those apart as well. Alright, so that's a successful mission there. Nairn Limerick needs to be assigned to a doctor, and these prisoners need to go to Elsa so she can earn some more XP, so she can become a new elite doctor. In the repair bay, we've got... Alright, what can Doodles be working on? Maybe these... No, not the stabilizers. Let's see, I think we have regular text doing stabilizers on 5s. Trying to get some XP into these boys. Screwed that up a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. We can do that on a 5, or we can try. We've got some medium pulse lasers, which is good. We needed to replace those, so we'll set those at ×4, and we'll have a couple veterans work on those. Doodles will knock out one of them, and Marie Louise will do the other. We've also got a Gauss rifle that we want to spend as much time as possible on. Shame Galatea couldn't hop a ride on whatever dropship collected the salvage. You know, that's a pretty good point. I don't know why the salvage appears in the repair bay the minute the battle's over, but the mechs on the battle don't show up for a couple more days. That's an interesting point. We will have Chris salvaging this armor so she can maybe get some XP. I'd like for her to be able to get clan tech knowledge. Let's see here. We've got some armor that we can have Chris taking off. We've got the head we can take off. Oh, would have destroyed the head, but used an edge to get a 4. Maybe we can have Ediborg do that? On a 4, barely. The SRM and the Gauss rifle will have Penny take out the Gauss rifle. We'll have maybe a veteran like B taking out the SRM6. And then we should have some regulars who can knock out these ammo bins. That is a good bit of ammunition for the Gauss rifles. I'm happy about that. We'll have Elena knock out this fusion engine over the next day and a half. We'll have Ediborg knock out this gyro over the next day or so. The left torso, we can have Guillaume work on that maybe. No, we'll have Loney do that. Since needed a 4, got a 4. Like, yeah, that could have gone a lot worse for sure. A great many parts of this could have gone a lot worse. So we've got Jasruden. I can start working on these actuators. Hopefully. Still sick. Alexandru and Shada. Okay, so we've got a leg that we could be taking off. We'll have Fred Modry spend a little bit of time on that. And again, he barely made it. Milk run. I don't know about all that. I mean, we did lose a side torso and 2 arms altogether. So I don't know if milk run is the term that I would use. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, to be sure, but it could have gone a lot better also. We'll have these ammo bins taken out by some regulars as well. Maybe some green mechanics on some 5s. Let's see, the engine can go to... Or we can knock that out over the course of several days. Looks like that's our best bet. And then the sensors. We'll see how long that takes. Milkman packs Gauss these days. Yeah, exactly. We'll wait for Doodles to try to salvage this Gauss rifle. I don't want one of our green techs to bust it up. We've got some stabilizers here that we can have our regular techs gain some XP working on. All the weapons are going to be ×4. All the ammo bins are going to be ×4. I think the engine is going to be ×3, and the sensors are going to be ×4 as well. 4. Milkman packs Gauss these days to make sure you pay your bills. Yeah. For sure. I think that's about all we can do in the repair bay for the time being. Everything can be worked on except for that Gauss rifle and these stabilizers. You know what? We'll have Frank Sub do that. We'll have Marie Parisier Lavoisier do that. We'll have Pasquale start on that. We'll have Sabra start on that. It's going to take him a couple days. And I guess we'll have Zahur try and do that on a 7 and succeed eventually. Alright, works for me. I think it's time to advance the day then. Actually, wait. We've still got a mech lance that could be exploring right now. That's Galatea. Where is Aleutian Lance? Wait, oh no, Aleutian Lance is over here. So that's gonna be another couple of days. Oh, unmaintained units. Just the hoplite. I think we're okay with leaving the hoplite unmaintained. We're not planning on saving it for a month until it can do its maintenance check. Okay, so maintenance on the quick draw remains quality B. I'm seeing some improvements over here and improvements over here. So that's good news. We got the SRM2 streak off the demon. We got another SRM2 streak off the demon. A bunch of stuff is going to take a little while. The Maria Teresia Lavoisier failed to get the stabilizer off, but she did gain an XP for it. Pasquale also failed to get the stabilizer off the demon tank, but he did not gain an XP for it. Everything else seemed to go fairly well. Our mechs are now back, so we're gonna prioritize fixing them first. We'll have I guess Vernita is gonna be in charge of ammunition today because I want to keep Yasrudin free so that he can learn some stuff. The LB-10X somehow survived. We can salvage and repair it, looks like. I will have Penny spend her day on that. We'll have Chris replace the medium laser. Edeborg is going to put on a right torso out of endosteel. And it's going to take more than 2 days because she's 10 minutes shy of her full day. The left arm can be Fred Modry. And actually, Chris can knock that out in 90 minutes. We can do an actuator here. Yes, Rudin can do that. This right leg is going to be another Edeborg job. Armor will have Loney is the one who needs to be knocking out these armor. Once he gets one more XP. Oh, speaking of one more XP, we've got a new elite mech tech. So that is exciting. Alright. And now we're gonna have him finish off these armors real quick. On 2s, sure, why not? Okay, so the right leg, we're waiting on Edeborg. The right torso is also Edeborg. The Marauder, mainly armor, except for that left arm. We'll have Loney knocking these out as well. We'll have Chris doing what he can't. Again, that's going to be Vernita doing the reloads. And yes, Rudin doing the actuators. We'll have George Valdez salvage this SRM, and then we'll have Edeborg replace this left arm when she gets a chance. The Warhammer took relatively minor damage. We'll have Veronica knock that out real quick. The Grasshopper took minor damage as well, 125 minutes worth. Okay, so that is the Marauder waiting on an arm. That is the Orion waiting on a leg and a torso. The Demon Tank will have veteran Marie Louise knock out this Gauss rifle. Let's see, we'll have Doodles knocking out these armors. And with 3 minutes to spare, he knocked out all the armor. Good deal. We'll have Hamid knock out this stabilizer, or try to. We'll have Sabra take a crack at that. And we'll have these 3 regulars knock out these 3 SRMs. Or we'll have these 4 regulars try to knock out these 3 SRMs. We've got pulse lasers left. We'll have Pasquale knock out one of those. We'll have Sabra knock out the other. Let's see, the ammo bins, we'll have our green techs working on those. And then Hanlon, I guess, can start on the engine. And Antonio can start on the sensors. Sure, why not? And I think, I may be wrong, but I'm thinking that is about all the time that we've got for tonight. So let me go ahead and thank you all for joining me. It's been a real hoot. That was the first battle we've done in a while, and it feels good to get the dice rolling again. So hopefully next battle will give us a little better salvage. I'm looking for some clan ER pulse lasers and PPCs and things like that. But we'll see what RNGBus has to bring us. Let me go ahead and we'll save it here on the 29th. Speaking of which, yeah, we're just a couple days away from the first of the month. And that'll be the last month of 3049, so things are going to start picking up from there. But yeah, Varang, thanks for joining us, Mr. McGorilla, Gribbly, everyone else, people on YouTube, people on Twitch, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my bio on Twitch. And thank you for joining me. It's been like I said, it's been a real hoot. We'll see you guys next week. And until then, have a good day, have a good weekend, have a good week.